the Abrahamic religions are very, I would say, more dogmatic and set in the idea that there's one way, right? There's one path. And if you're not on that path, then you are going to be, damned to hell or to suffering, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas there's no such concept within Sanatana Dharma. And I think that in itself is very liberating for a lot of people to come out of that. I think it's very centered in fear, the Abrahamic faiths, a lot of them. And I think a lot of people rebel against their religion being raised in these faiths because their context is very much based in fear and based in a separation of ourselves from God and ourselves from one another also as other human beings. Whereas within Hinduism, that concept doesn't exist, and it is all about respect for all life, oneness, and acceptance of a multitude of paths within even the umbrella of Hinduism. There's an acceptance of so many different forms of devotion or belief. There's not one way. And I think that in itself is very, very empowering. And also that I like, this is how I sometimes explain it, is that um, Hinduism accepts all religions don't accept Hinduism. And I think that's what is drawing more and more people that are awakening spiritually into it, because it is inclusive and so respectful of all beliefs, but sadly, the same thing doesn't necessarily reflect in other faiths. I wish that it did. And that's not to say that there aren't beautiful people who are in those faiths and a part of those faiths, right? Or who are finding something fulfilling in them. But I think the system and the structure and the organization of them has undergone a lot of corruption over the years and been used as a tool of colonialism worldwide as well, and colonization of lots of indigenous traditions and faiths, which is like intertwined, and I think in that ideology.